Let's talk about, okay? What jobs right now are thriving in this economy and that are allowing for people to buy houses? So, as a real estate agent, obviously, people come to me, they either want a house or they're reaching out to me because they want help with relocation services because I do own a relocation company, okay? Now, for those of you who are looking to get into home ownership, I would love to be your agent. Reach out to me. You'll see my contact information in the bio there. Okay. Now, let's run the jobs down that we're showing that you can afford a house in Arizona if you are a nurse. Okay. The first one is if you're a nurse. Nurses, there is a strong demand for nurses, and that's always the case. Okay. So we're talking 85,000 and upward what nurses are making for a salary. Okay. Electricians, anywhere from 60 to 85,000. That's what a lot of electricians are shown to be earning right now. Obviously, with the nursing, you're going to have your license. You're going to have finish nursing school, all the things. And with your electrician, HVAC tech, you do have to have certificates for that, not necessarily the schooling. Okay. And teachers seem to be doing okay, between 50 to 80,000. Obviously, I believe the higher level education pays more. Um, depends on if you're private school, charter school. If you are looking to relocate here and you are in education, I do have someone that I can connect you with if you are looking into the education um, field. Okay, police officers, firefighters, anywhere 60 to 90,000 and beyond. Obviously, your benefits are going to be great. Your pension, your union protections in place there. I even saw they were giving out like some bonuses for a police officer and firefighter. So look into that. Software, IT developers, anywhere 80 to 130,000. So we're talking like GoDaddy. GoDaddy's headquarters are here in Arizona. So if that's something you're looking to possibly get connected to, um, there's lots of Intel opportunities here in Arizona. Real estate agents, they didn't list a salary for realtors because obviously our commission, we're commission based. So sometimes when deals aren't being closed, realtors can get paid in many ways, like be a referral agent. So if I refer you to someone in a different state that I'm not licensed in or what have you, we're still able to collect commission. If we bring a buyer to a property, so sometimes it's not always listed. So many ways that agents can collect commission. Construction management, there's always building, always repair needs to be done to the roads, to the buildings. I see new developments going up all the time. So lots of opportunity there. So if you're tuning in live, definitely put your questions in. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Cybersecurity analyst, 95 to 120 and beyond. That there's even remote positions for that. LPN, they can make up to 70,000 and beyond. Some are even working PRN, still making that. And PRN is just as needed. Truck drivers, 65 to 90,000 is always a high demand. You just have to have that CDL and whatever. Reach out to the companies that some people drive locally with the trucks, and then some people drive countrywide and whatnot. They have a certain region that they go around. Okay. Um, so the median home price in Phoenix right now is 420,000. Okay. So to comfortably afford a home with 10 to 20% down, you'll likely need about 75,000 annually for your income. Okay. And that's just for your mortgage. Okay. So yeah. Um, So to get into your home sooner, so say you want to get in there quick, say, hey, I want to get in my house before the year is out. Look into first time home buyer programs, down payment assistance, sometimes depending on what type of field you're in, what type of work you're in. Um, you'll have, like, say, healthcare, medical, education. There's different types of assistance that you can qualify for to help toward your closing costs. I mean, a couple $1,000s here or there, it does help. I think it's even like I've seen it like as much as 6, 8,000. Depends on what's being offered at that time that you apply. And now with Arizona, it's getting like this. If you're willing and able to drive further out, then that's when you're going to see the most deals. You're going to get also more house as well. So say your yard wasn't going to be that big if you're in the city, but you want a huge yard, you want a pool, you want entertainment over here, you want some fruit trees over there. Maybe you want a half-acre lot. That is a possibility if you were to drive further out. And obviously, you'll be able to pay a lower price generally for being further out, more rural. Okay. And then a lot of people are doing what's called house hacking. So, what that is once you get into your house, you can now, you're a boss. You got your house, you are a homeowner. Guess what? If you want someone in there to help you pay the rent, you don't have to leave your house. You can get a company to screen them, do a background check, or you can do it yourself. And you can get somebody in there to help you cover your mortgage. They can pay you rent. Um, I know a lot of people are doing that now because it just depends on what your mortgage is. Possibly they may be able to cover all the mortgage or a big bulk of it. So when you're thinking about house hacking, that is kind of the way to go. So especially if times are tight, or you really don't um, want to be in a position where you just are paying this mortgage and you don't have somebody to help you. Everybody doesn't get a house with someone. So if you're a single person, if you are a person that maybe you're not home a lot, you don't care if someone else is there. Obviously, you can put cameras in the general area. But yeah, definitely house hacking is a thing, and I'm seeing more and more of it, as well as multi-generational housing. So what I mean by multi-generational, I mean that mothers, daughters, grandparents, kind of like the old days, when people would live together and they didn't move out unless they got married or something like that. So, I know when I came along, the time I came along, I couldn't wait to be grown. I couldn't wait to be 18 and get out on my own. And little did I know that I, should have stayed at home as long as I could, saved as much as I could. But, you live and learn. But, most of us were running to get out the house at that age. But, I just wish somebody would have stopped me and said, you know what, you got your whole life to work, pay bills. You got your whole life to look forward to all the struggle and all the things. So just stay here and save your money, save your money. But yeah, but that is what I wanted to talk about today. So I know it's a little different. I'm usually talking about um, houses and all the features and everything, but I want to start coming on here and giving some real raw information for those of you who are prospective buyers, and just give you some ideas to where, and then your first house doesn't have to be your forever home. It can get you in a position to where in a few years, once you build equity, your house can be your bank. So what I mean by that is you can take money out of your house for a loan, for a business, to help somebody out. If you have a medical situation, to hold things over and not have to be in such a bad bind because you're using the equity in your home. Now, you still have to keep your credit up and all the things, but definitely it's something that you should consider. So, yeah, lots of opportunity there from having your own home, for being a homeowner. And I just want to let you know, I would love to be your agent if you are in Arizona or you're looking to relocate to Arizona. I am your AZ Relo plug. I'm Pamela Scott with My Home Group. Feel free to call or text me at 480-251-3174. If you are saying, oh, my credit's not there, or I'm not sure, I have an amazing lender on my team. And what we can do is kind of get you positioned. So we'll put you in position to get to the home plate. You know how baseball works, right? How you got all the bases covered and you just waiting for that final person to get up there to get the to make a hit. So the third base can run home, the second can go to third, and the first can go to second, and they can just keep running on around. So yeah, so we have people in place, sort of just like the getting all the bases covered. So getting all your bases covered. So don't think that you have to have all your ducks in a row. Sometimes you may qualify and you don't know how close your ducks are to getting in that row. So, yeah, you just never know. But excuse my face, I did have some oral surgery, so I had some tooth pulled, so one of my molars, so my face is still swollen, and I was on meds and antibiotics and stuff. So I just wanted to get on here. I did throw some lip gloss on for y'all, so I wouldn't be looking too rough. But I'm wishing you all a fantastic day and fantastic week. So if anybody's planning their move, if anybody knows anyone who's planning a move, if you're looking to sell your home, if you're looking to downsize, a lot of people are doing that as well. So if it's not your first home, don't feel like you can't reach out to me. I would love to represent you as your agent. I will definitely fight for you to see if we can get the most things covered for you. So that's um that's what it's all about. Okay. So y'all be blessed, and I will see you in the next video.